Hello everyone, this is Vivek Anand, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, Tirthankar Mahar, Mahavir University. So again we are here to discuss a important segment of auditing, that is management audit. Regarding management audit, we are going to discuss meaning, features, objectives, scope, advantages, disadvantages, information required for management audit by an auditor, process of management audit, and difference between management audit and financial audit. So let me start with the meaning of management audit. A management audit is an essential tool that is used to determine the efficiency, functions, accomplishments, and the achievements of the company. But who is responsible for all these? Management. It is also an independent and systematic analysis that evaluates the company's overall activities and performances. The main objective of this type of audit is to identify errors in the management activities and also suggest possible changes if needed. Management audit guides the management in managing the operations most efficiently and productively and in an effective or timely manner, so that business can go for a better performance. A management audit performs the evaluation and assessment of management system and information in different departments of the company. It includes whole the company, whole the business, and all the departments and units of the same company. It also reviews the system and subsystem, authorization, accountability, procedure, quality of generated data, quality of personnel, etc. This audit is considered as the systematic examination, analysis, as well as appraisal of management's overall performance. Means the all aspect of management that is working for the business is analyzed in the management audit. So we can say management audit is a thorough examination of an organization's managerial actions, managerial policies and procedures. Purpose behind it: evaluation goes beyond simple compliance, delving into the effectiveness and efficiency of management in carried out their responsibilities. How management is performing, how management is working for the business or organization. The goal of this type of audit is to ascertain how well management is executing its duties and to identify areas for potential improvement. By focusing on how managers utilize resources, align with the company's overall strategy, and adhere to both legal and ethical standards, the audit can uncover both strengths and weaknesses, within the organization's management structure. So, management audit imparts the auditor about the managerial performance of the management and area of improvement, if any, there. So, with the help of meaning of the management audit, we can categorize the features of the management auditors. The first is comprehensive evaluation. What we have just discussed in the meaning of management audit, that this audit involves a thorough assessment of various aspects of management practices, processes and performance within the organization. So the main goal of the management audit is a comprehensive evaluation of managerial skills, management processes that is involving to run a business concern, that how the business or organization is managed. Next feature is objective analysis. Second, the management audit is related with objectivity and impartiality. The auditor or consultants conducting the management audit should not have any bias, any partiality that could influence their findings and recommendations. This is the important feature of management audit, that audit should be impartial, very much straightforward to the objectivity of the business concern. Third point is systematic approach. Management audits follow a set or structured and systematic approach to gather relevant data and information, analysis of that information and data, and identifying the areas of improvement as well as the strong areas. Management audit ensures that the audit is conducting by the auditor in a methodical manner, with a method, with a system. So management audit is a systematic approach that is performed by the management auditor in a systematic way, in a proper manner or method, to identify the weaker or strong areas of the management that is involved in the performance or management of the business concern. Fourth point, focus on effectiveness and efficiency as the goal or primary focus of a management audit is to evaluate the effectiveness and efficiency of management practices in achieving the predetermined organization's goal. In management audit, it have to be audited by the auditor. It have to be examined or analyzed by the auditor that whether the management of business is competent to achieve the organization's goal and objectives or not. Fifth point, identification of strength and weakness. Actually, after the management audit, auditor will be capable to say that what part of management is going with the weaknesses and what part of management is strong at his performance. For the strong area, he can suggest that at least this strength should be there in future, and for weaker areas, the auditor may suggest some lever, means improvement. For what purpose he will suggest the improvement? To improve the enhancement of the efficiency and effectiveness of management performance. So in a management audit, it is a compulsory feature or important feature that management audit provide the information or impart the auditor towards the strong or weaker areas of the management performance. For strong area, he suggests that this strongness should be there to maintain the business for a long future, and for weaker areas of management, the auditor may suggest major steps that can be followed by the management to improve the overall performance or overall effectiveness, overall efficiency of the business. Sixth point, risk assessment. Management audit assess potential risks and vulnerabilities in management practices. and after recommendations to mitigate these risks. The risk assessment is done by the auditor in management audit. Risk assessment means if the management is working properly, following the managerial policy and providing the proper output, then degree of risk assessment is lower. But if auditor imparts that management is not fully capable to run the business properly, then the degree of risk assessment is high. Degree of risk is lower or degree of risk is high means the chances for the frauds and error are less or high. And management assessment done by the auditor in management audit, then he may go for the suggestion or recommendation to mitigate these risks or risk assessment by the potential steps or measurements. Next point is benchmarking. The audit may involve benchmarking the organization's management practices against industry best practices or against the previous performance to identify area for improvement. Benchmarking means comparison. In management audit, it is automatically informed that comparison between the two business industries for best practice or to identify the improvement from the previous year's performance. So the benchmarking or comparison is done by the management audit to check the improvement or deficiency within the industry or from the comparison of previous year performance of the management. And if any deficiency is there, then suggestions may be from the side of management auditor to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of management working area. Next is employee feedback. Management audit often include gathering feedback from employees as various organizational level to understand their perspective and experiences with management practice. In the course of management audit, auditor include gathering feedback from employees, various types of employees at various levels, like lower level employees, middle level employees, higher level employees, and he interact with these employees to understand their perspectives and experiences with management policies and management practices. So comprehensive evaluation, objective analysis, systematic approach, focus on effective and efficiency, identification of strength and weaknesses, risk assessment, benchmarking, and employee feedback are the major features of a management audit. Now, as the next segment of management audit, we will talk about the objectives of management audit one by one. What is the summary of objective of management audit is? Start from here to there. First is to evaluate management effectiveness. Second, to identify strength and weaknesses. Third, to assess efficiency and resource utilization. Fourth, to review decision-making processes. Fifth, to analyze leadership and organizational structure. Next, to evaluate risk management practices. And the last is to ensure compliance and governance. Let me discuss all these objectives of management audit one by one. First is to evaluate management effectiveness. So, first objective is to evaluate management effectiveness. The primary objective of a management audit is to assess the effectiveness of the organization's management practices, which includes planning, organizing, directing, and controlling in achieving the organization's goal and objectives. This is the prime facial ability of an management auditor, that he have to analyze the management system, whether the management is working in a progressive way, in a positive way, in an effective way to achieve the organization's goal or objective or not. In the evaluation of management's effectiveness, the auditor get the knowledge about the all aspect of the management regarding all units of the business concern, whether performing in a good manner or not. Second is to identify the strengths and weaknesses. A management audit aims to identify the strong and weaker areas of the organization's management processes and practices. Identification of strong and weak area of management helps in leveraging the strength and addressing the weakness to improve overall performance of business concern. If auditor finds that the particular area working in a strong way, then he suggests that this situation should be always maintained for the future fruitful working. And if he finds some weaker areas, then he have to go for the suggestion to improve the weak areas to achieve the overall performance, to perform in a better way. Third is to assess efficiency and resource utilization. In this objective, the auditor evaluates in management audit that how efficiently the organization is utilizing its resources, including financial, human, and other assets. It seeks to identify area where resources can be optimized for better outcomes. This objective provides that all the resources should be utilized up to its maximum level or optimum level, and if any space is there to use the particular assets up to the optimum level, then the suggestions from the side of auditor to the management. Because proper and optimum use of resources is very much required for the better performance of a business concern or management. Fourth is to review decision-making processes. Management audit examines the decision-making process of an organization to determine their effectiveness, timeliness, alignment with the organization's objective. By the help of management audit, an auditor get the information regarding the process of decision making of the business, and with the help of management audit he can also determine the effectiveness and timeliness and timeliness of the decision making and alignment of the decision making with the objectives of organization. If auditor finds any differences or deviations of decision making process of the organization with its objectives, then improvement measurements should be there. Fifth objective, to analyze leadership and organizational structure. Management audit analyze the leadership capabilities and the organizational structure to ensure they support effective communication, collaboration, and accountability. To ensure the effective support of communication, collaboration, and accountability, the auditor have to analyze the leadership capabilities and the organizational structure of the business concern in management audit. Sixth point, to evaluate risk management practices. Risk management practices means how risks are identified, analyzed, and mitigate. So in this case, with the help of management audit, auditor do the audit with the objective that whether there are any risk exist in the management. If exist, then what is the degree of risk and how can it will be mitigate. So this is the objective of a management audit, to identify the risk, analyze that, and step the measures to eliminate or mitigate the same risk. Last and seventh point is ensure compliance and governance. Management audit may also review the organization's compliance with laws, regulations, and internal governance policies to identify potential gaps and areas for improvement. This is also an objective of management audit, to examine whether the organization is following the management policy, rules and regulations provided by the higher manager, provisions of law prevailing in the industry related to the management or that particular business, and following of internal governance policies. And if the auditor find any deviation, differences, variance between the laws, standard, regulations, governance, and actual following of the laws, regulations, and internal governance, then for the gap, for the variance, for the difference, the auditor should suggest the proper measurement or improvement. So as the main objective of management audit, we can put the points of evaluation of management effectiveness, identification of strength and weaker areas, analysis of efficiency and resource utilization, review decision making process, analyze leadership and organizational structure, evaluation of risk management practices, ensuring compliance and governance as objective of the management audit. Now we are talking about the scope of management audit. Actually, scope of management audit is nowhere described. So there is no limit on the scope of management audit. The area where review required to be done depends on the objective of the business, sometimes nature and size of the business. So the scope of management can be analyzed in the following points, or it may includes: first, the practicability, suitability, and present compliance of the entity with its designated objects and aims. In management audit, practicability, suitability, and present compliance of the entities with its objective rules and regulations, prevailing laws, and aims may be discussed. Second, the present reputation of the organization with respect to the general public and also within its own commercial and industrial field. So at the time of management audit, management auditor have to check the reputation of the organization with respect to the general public and also within its own commercial or industrial field. Third point, clarifying the amount of rate of return on investors' capital, whether it is inadequate, adequate, or above average. So in the management audit, auditor may also include analysis of amount of rate of return on investments, and we have to ensure whether it is adequate, inadequate, or above the average. All these points should be covered by the management auditor in his management audit working. Fourth, relation of the organization with its own shareholders and also with the investing public in general. In the scope of management audit, the management auditor is expected to check relation of the organization with its own shareholders, even also with the investing public in general, because with the help of this type of information, auditor can go for the better audit opinion. And it is also very necessary because the shareholders and investors are prime facie party that are concerning to the performance of a business concern in which he has been invested or is going to invest. Point 5, the ratio of operating return and also the rate of return on capital projects. During the management audit, management auditor analyze the performance of management, and to analyze or review the performance of management in a proper way, the auditor can also check the ratio of operating return, how much business earning the profit in comparison to its sales, and also the rate of return on capital project, means that how much the business has invested in the capital projects and what is the return on that capital project. This is under the ambit of management audit area. Point 6, in an organization, checking the relation between the management and its staff. For better performing of an management audit, the auditor may go with the organization checking the relation of management and its staff, whether they are in smooth nature or in a hard nature. If smooth nature is there, then a lever suggestion from the side of management, or if they are in a bad condition, then the improvement step suggestion should be from the side of auditor. Point 7, the aim of the management at different levels such as superior, middle, and operational levels. Actually, to achieve the predetermined goal of the business concern is the prime facie objective of the management. But there are various levels in the management: top, middle, lower, operational, etc., etc. But this is the whole sole responsibility or objective of all the levels of management to contribute towards the achievement of the business goals by contributing them in a same path. If they are different in opinion, or they have some conflicts, or they didn't have the coordination, then business performance may be affect negatively. So to do the management audit work, management auditor may concern with the super, middle, operational or lower level management. 8 point, financial controls and policies relating to the production, sales and distribution in other functions of the business. Actually, in management audit, management auditor analyze the performance of management for the achievement of business goals. But financial control and policies relating to the production, sale, distribution and other functions of the business is also under the ambit of management auditor at the time of doing management audit assignment, management audit work or management audit. So whether the practicability to achieve the aims or objective of the business concern, reputation of organization with general public, amount of rate of return on investors capital, relation of shareholders and general public with the organization, rate of return on capital projects, relationship between management and its staff, cooperation between or behavior between the all levels of management, and controls and policies relating to the all aspect, all functions of the business are under the ambit of scope of management audit. He can go through all these points one by one for the better performance of the management audit assignment. Let me discuss the another segment of management audit, that is advantages of management audit. First, performance evaluation. Management audit help or assist evaluate the performance of management practices, processes and personnel. This analysis provides an objective assessment of how well the organization is managed and identifies areas for improvement. Or actually, to analyze, to evaluate the performance of management is the main objective of management audit. And with the help of management audit, performance evaluation is there. Anyone can get the knowledge that what is done by the management for the business, what type of management practice is going on in the business. So this is the great benefit of management audit, that it imparts about the management practice in each and every area, every unit, every aspect, every department of the business. Second, identified inefficiencies. With the help of management audit, identification of inefficient area of management in processes, resources allocation and decision making. Management audit highlights area where the resources are being utilized or wasted. As management audit provide the information regarding the each and every unit of the business concern, that how they are working, at what level they are contributing to the achieve the goal or aim of the business concern. So with the help of management audit, the weaker areas may be improved, or the inefficient area may refer suggestions from the side of auditor, and the management and auditor will capable that the highlighted area is recommended for utilized or wasted the resource. Third, improve decision making. By evaluating decision making process, that whether it is in the parallel of objectives of the organization or not, a management audit provides insights into the effectiveness of decision taking at various levels of the organization. Management audit helps in making informed decisions that align with the organization's goal. If any deviation or gap is there, then decision making process will be improved, will be reformed. Because if decision making process are in confirmation or as parallel as the organization's goal, then the organization will grow, management will perform better. Fourth point, risk assessment. Management audit assess risk management practices and identifies potential risk and vulnerabilities. Management audit allows the organization to strengthen risk management strategies and minimize potential threats. So, as a benefit, as a advantage, management audit provide the degree of risk assessment, that which area have to emphasize for the working in a better technique, or what type of technique will be used to minimize the risk or degree of risk. Point 5, enhance organizational structure. The management audit examines the organizational structure and identifies opportunities for streamlining communication, improving collaboration, and increasing efficiency. So, with the help of management audit, management or auditor capable to find the opportunities or area where the management can make strong communication, collaboration, and increasing of efficiency. Benchmarking. This is another benefit of management audit. Management audit often involves benchmarking or comparison against industry best practice or successful competitors. What is the help of benchmarking? This allows, or benchmarking allows, the organization to learn from others' experience and adopt proven management strategies. In this advantage, management get benefit that management can compare them, or business can compare them from other business in the same industries, even with the competitors also. And this is for why? This is to learn from the competitor that at what point they are strong in comparison to us, or to adopt the managerial strategies which are used by the strong business concern. So, comparison or benchmarking provided the benefit to improve the performance of management to achieve the goals of business or concern. 7th point, strategic planning. The findings of the management audit can inform the strategic planning process, enabling the organization to set realistic goals and create action plans based on its management capabilities. What about it? Actually, with the help of management audit, management identifies that in which area they have to work much stronger, and in which area they have to require maintain only their capability at the existing level. And with the help of this identification, management audit and enabling the organizations to set realistic goals and create action plans based on its management capabilities, that at what part the management is more strong and at what part of the management the improvement or help is required. Point number 8, strengthen internal controls. The management audit assesses the effectiveness and of internal control and governance mechanism to ensure compliance with policies, law and regulations. Actually, in every type of management, their internal control system exists to pace the management working to achieve the goals of organization. Management audit analyze or assess the effectiveness of internal control system and their mechanism. Purpose: to ensure compliance or following the management policies, related laws and rules and regulation applicable to the business on which the management auditor is doing management audit work. So if we discuss about the advantages of management, then performance evaluation, identification of inefficiency, improved decision making, risk assessment, enhancement in organizational structure, benchmarking, strategic planning, strengthen internal controls, points cannot be ignored. All these have to be discussed in the advantage of management audit. As everything, if some advantage is there, then there may be chances for some disadvantage. Same in case of management. Some advantages are also there with management audit. Let me discuss the disadvantage of management audit. Yes, disadvantage of management audit. First, there can be weakness among the members of the board of directors. Means, if the board of director are weak or any member of the board of director is weak, then management audit will not provide the perfect results, because the loophole is actually existed in the management itself. Second point, the manager and directors not being aware of the objectives of the organization, the extent to which objectives are achieved, failure to define the objective, and also the responsibility of its managers. Means, sometime it has been happen, it may be happen that the director or manager are not aware towards the objective of the business or organizations. Then up to the limit which the objective are achieved, or failure to define the objective and also the responsibility of its manager. Here management audit is not responsible, because he is concerning about the policies laid down and followed by the management. But if management is itself in lack of awareness, then how can be possible for the management auditor to do the management audit effectively? Third point, taking inadequate step for providing finance. Actually, finance is the blood of all type of organization. that is used by the management in proper way, they can also deviate from the objectives of the business and get the misuse of finance. So if there is any inadequacy to use the funds or finance of the business concern for the business processes, then management audit cannot be responsible, or there may be a loophole. Point 4. Lack of technical skill in managers. Actually, the managers have to be equipped with the skills. Even if he is not from the technical background, then the general technical skill should be learned by the managers. And if he is not equipped with the up to an acceptable level of technical skill, then management will not perform up to the mark to achieve the organization's goal. Point 5. Retaining the authority of the managers for matters that have been delegated. Sometimes it may be happen that working has been delegated without any authority. In this case, it will also see that managers are not capable to perform their duty in full pace, and the organization's goal to be achieved have some hurdles. Next is lack of clear and identified management style in the organization. Some leadership style or managerial style is very much required to perform the managerial duties to achieve the organization's goal. But if there is lack of these management style or leadership style, then the management will not be performed better, and management audit even cannot do the help. This is the drawback of management audit. Next is lack of proper staff of management training. So if there is less staff or incapable staff or management training, then to achieve the organization's goal, management team will not perform better, and management audit find that the outcome of management audit is not up to the mark. Next point 8. Managers' failure in measuring and assessing the performance of their subordinate. Suppose the information gathered by the management auditor is insufficient or up to a level, because management failed itself in ascertaining and assessing the performance of their subordinate, then how can they generate the positive result, and how can the management auditor use that half or limited data for the better management audit? Next point 9. Lack of management information system. Actually, the total audit, management audit, is based on the information inquiries data gathered by the management auditor during his management audit work, and the data providing is the prime facie duty of the management of the business organization. But if there is a lack of management system, then how can the management of a business generate accurate, reliable or timely providence of data? And in absence of accurate, reliable or timely availability of data, then management audit effective in a negative way, and this is maybe a disadvantages of management audit. Last point for the disadvantages of management audit is inefficient enforcement procedures and too much wastage of time in the enforcement of such processes. Perhaps management use some these type of procedures that take a long time duration to be implemented. In this situation, management audit will also defeated his purpose. And this is the disadvantage of management audit. So the failure revealed in management audit must be studied clearly in detail. The management must ascertain the real cause and also the proper remedial actions to eliminate such shortcomings. So this was all about the disadvantages of management audit. Now we will talk about the process of management. There are various segments in the process of management audit. First is collection of information, then examination or analysis of information, next authentication of information, next confirmation of information, then observation, and the end product of the process of management audit is comparison or of information. Comparison of information. So let me discuss one by one. First is collection of information. Actually, all type of data is based on the information gathered by the auditor during his audit assignment. Management auditors need information for the purpose of appraisal of various managerial aspects. Prepare a questionnaire for collecting all relevant information. The questionnaire will cover information concerned with the planning process, objectives, organization, procedures, control system, functional areas, and other points. The question must be framed in such a manner that it provides all information in every aspect. So it is the prime facie duty to get in the first step of collection of information. The auditor have to use simple or specific technique to gather the knowledge regarding the objective, process, system, functional, procedure, and other areas of the business concern. Because on the basis of information, he can start his audit work and go with the further steps. Now the second step is examination of information. The management auditors must carefully investigate and gather information. They may also require, in reaching certain conclusions, that information must be carefully assessed to ascertain and original position of the organization. The data gathered or collected in the first step will be organized, will be analyzed or assessed in the second step. It is required from the auditor that he have to take very much care to assess, to ascertain the original position of the organization with the information gathered in the first step or data gathered in the first step. Third step is authentication of information. The management auditor can gather information from different sources, different persons of the organization. The information that is collected must be authenticated from the person supplying it. The supplier of the information must put their signatures to verify the information. Actually, to provide the information, to provide the certificate, to provide the guarantee regarding the authentication of data is prime facie of management. He have to give it to the auditor in written information with his signature so that auditor can easily rely upon the data authenticity. Next is fourth, confirmation of information. The management auditor must confirm the information that is supplied by different sources or different persons of the business organization. The information can also counter-checked by the auditor from the source he received. Auditor can do this by questioning another person in written form or orally. This step is crucial as it will help in reaching conclusions. For the confirmation of data, the auditor may go with the help of email, phone call, physical interviews, third party evidences, and other techniques also. Because confirmation of information or cross check of information gathered by the auditor during his course of audit from the side of persons, staff, or resources of business organization is very much important to reach at the right conclusion. Point 5. Observation. The management auditor will observe some activities himself. He can prepare organization chart, flow chart, diagram, bar chart, or other techniques himself after making all the observations. This will provide him with insight into the activities undertaken. And at the time of observation, the auditor can note down the other important fact that may be required or should be required at the time of drawing conclusion from the information. And the last step of management audit process is comparison of information. The information that is collected by the auditor must be compared with the object and standards that are set before. Many times information is compared with the previous year's information. This provides an appropriate idea of the performance of the enterprises. It helps in assessing the comparative performance of the business. So, comparison of information is very much important. And after the drawing conclusion, management audit can communicate the performance of management towards the users. So, in the process of management audit, collecting information, examination of information, authentication of information, confirmation of information, then observation and comparison of information to draw the conclusions to forward towards the users are in the process of management audit. Okay. Let me talk about the management audit and financial audit differences. There are 5 areas on which we can differentiate between management audit and financial audit. Area of difference. First is meaning. Evaluation of past performance to know the exactness of procedures, objectives, and policies are called management audit. Whereas financial audit is recording of 12 months expenses and also showing the financial position. This is financial period. Management audit can go for a long period, means there is no limit. But for a financial audit, there is a stipulated period of 1 year or 12 months. It may be differ as per the requirement, but straightforward it is 12 months, where in case of management audit there is no limit. The comparison may go for the 2, 5 or more year. Scope. In case of management audit, the auditor audits for a specific period the management performance and reports to the defects and suggestions for improvement with the comparison of previous and so long years. In case of financial audit, the past financial records are audited and then reported that the accounts are genuine or not. 4-point compulsion. There is no compulsion to perform this type of audit, means there is no requirement, there is no statutory requirement for management audit. But in case of financial audit, when the form of business is company, the management audit is compulsory, statutory, whether the company is earning profit or suffering loss. Point 5, reporting. In case of management audit, the report is submitted to the management regarding the efficiency, deficiency, and performance of the business in comparison to the achieving the goals of business concern. And in case of financial audit, the audit report is submitted to the owners or shareholders, or as the case may be. So there are massive difference in management audit and financial audit. In the process of management audit, we gathered the knowledge that all the management audit is around of information. So let me talk about the information required for management audit by the auditor. Means what type of information is required by the auditor to do the management audit. There are various segments for the required information. For conducting a management audit, the auditor requires every type of information about the organization. The information related to all the matters must be collected to arrive at real conclusions, and the matters that on which the information is required by the management auditor to do the management audit is, first is objectives of the organization. An auditor had to gather the information regarding the predetermined objectives to be achieved by the organization. Planning information. What is the planning? What is the policies? What is the guidelines of the business concern to be followed by the management to achieve the predetermined objectives of the business or organization. Next is organization. This imparts about the hierarchy of the management. Top level, middle level, operational level. Each and every type of level is very much important to get the information by the management auditor to do the management audit in an effective and timely manner. Fourth point is control. Is there any internal control system existed in the management, or is there any hierarchy to control the lower level? Regarding these both points, the information required by the management audit to do the management audit in a better and effective manner. And the last is functional area. Means if a business concern or organization having number of areas, number of units, number of departments, then information from the side of all department and units should be gathered by the management auditor to make his audit assignment effectively. So an auditor expected to get the information required for the management audit very effectively, because without the proper information, without the authenticated information, without the confirmation of information, without the comparison of authenticated or effective or timely or reliable information, a management auditor cannot do the management audit in a better way. So this was all about the management audit. We discussed about the meaning, features, objectives, scope, advantages, disadvantages of management audit, and we also discussed about the information required for management audit. Then we talk about the process of management audit, and last we make difference between the management audit and financial audit. And it is sufficient for the topic of management audit. Any queries there? Welcome. Please ask about the queries. And thanks for the listening patient. Thank you. Thank you very much.